Now today uh, we are discussing about all these commands: mv, cp, wc, cd, tilde, cd hyphen, mkd, relay, absolute path, relative path, change permissions, and then using change permissions, and then owning a file, and then these are the permissions related numbers, and then wildcards. Okay, first of all we'll discuss on moving and copying a file. Okay, moving means just delete the source path and then uh, paste that file or directory into the target path. Copy means uh, copy, just you need to copy that file from one place to another place. In the source and target directory, the file will be present. In this case, source file will not be there, and then target file will be present. Okay, let's see some examples here. Okay, I see I have all these files. Okay, now I want to move 3.csv to 5.csv. mv 3.csv. That means I am doing renaming the 3.csv to 5.csv. In this case, 3.csv will get deleted, and then it will rename as, the file will rename as 5.csv. You see ls. Okay, I see there is no 3.csv here. Okay, now I see I use the same thing in cp. Okay, now I revert back 3.csv to 2.csv. Oh, already 3.3.5 now. Okay, wait. Now we have 5.csv. How can you see this is which file is there? Just to type ls. Now mv 5.csv to 3.csv. Now I see now I use the cp. I copy paste this one. We'll see the difference. Just copying this file, the duplicate copy of this file. Now I see ls. You see both are present. Okay, this is the main difference between cp and mv. mv means renaming a file. File is there, I want to rename. cp means copy that file into different file name. Okay, okay, now we did a file copy and renaming a file. Now we'll see the directory. Now directory. Now I um, now let's see this empty. Is it empty or some data is there? This is empty directory. Empty directory you can copy using cp and mv. Let's see empty directory. mv qqq. I want to rename it Rama. Now qqq will get removed and then Rama will be present. You see qqq already gone and then Rama is there. Okay, now let's try with the cp. Okay, now I revert back mv Rama qqq. Now I do cp qqq Rama. In this case, both the Q and then Rama will be present. cp omitting directory. Okay, now instead of this, you try for directories copying, you use recursively cp-r. Then only it works. Okay, For files, you need not use recursively. For directories, you need to use CP for copying directories only. Then type ls. You see both directories are present because we did CP. MV means rename, CP means copy. Okay, now in this we just did in within a directory. Now I want to move this 3.csv to this Rama directory. Okay, if I do mv 3.csv to Rama directory. Okay, in this file, the source will be deleted, and then it will be moved to Rama directory 3.csv is there. Okay, if I do same thing CP, I'm just copying this file to there. I try 5. 5 is there now. Yeah, you see. Now the 5.csv present in desktop as well as Rama directory. You see desktop 5.csv is there. Rama 5.csv is there. Desktop 5.csv is there. Both places it will be present. If you use MV, source location will get removed and then it will be moved to there. This is the main difference between CP and MV. Okay, sir, if I want to move and then rename a file. Okay, now mv 5.csv to /rama / I want to rename it the different name. Suppose 10.csv. Yeah, perfectly it will move. Okay, let's do some data in that. Okay, echo double greater than, okay, something like okay, now 5.csv contains data. Now what I am doing, I am moving this file in different location with different name. Okay, mv 5.csv to different directory Rama / in this Rama which any other name I will put 10.csv or 10.txt, any file I can rename with underscore date and timestamp. Today is 9/4, something like that, 09/04, something like I want to do. I want to move with rename with a different file name. While moving now, source location that 5.cs will be removed, and then target location that file got created. You can cat that file. Ramada Ramakrishna. That file contents also visible. That file rename with that. Okay, and then we can copy that file with a different name also. Okay, instead of aa.txt, I can copy with a different name in different folder. cp.aa.txt / Rama or something rrr. In this rrr directory I am copying with the today data underscore some yeah, something 2.txt. Then you see aa.txt appeared here, and then you see that rrr, its data2.txt appear here. This CP and MV difference is completed. Now we go to WC. WC means it will display the contents of the file in terms of how many lines are there, how many characters are there in that file, how many how many lines, characters, words, how many words are there. Okay, let's take some file abc.csv. Nothing is there. Cat data.txt. Okay, we have some data here. Okay, now I treat wc data.txt. You see, number of lines, 14 lines are there. Number of words, 58 words are there. Word means it means this is the word. Before or after some space is there, like that. Okay, how many words are there? 58. How many characters are there? 433 characters. This is one character, this is two characters, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It recounts all characters. Okay, and if we want to see personally, wc-l data.txt. Number of lines it will display. If you see wc-c, number of characters it will display. If you see wc-w, number of words it will display. This is all about wc. If you want to print empty file, check that whether data is there. wc-l abc.csv. Okay, 0 abc. The 0 means nothing is there in that file. You can see ls-l. You see the size, 0 size, aa.txt 0 size, abc.csv 0 size. This has some data like that. Okay, this wc is over. And then cd tilde. Cd tilde means tilde means home directory. In the you are wherever you are, you see qqq.t. I am in this folder. I have navigated in this folder. If I want to go to my home folder, where it is, there is a shortcut. You can use cd tilde. This is my home folder, home training, my home folder. Okay, and then if you go, if you are in anywhere in the terminal, if you want to go to home folder, you go to like this. If you are in anywhere in the place, suppose this, I want to go to desktop, you can go to cd space slash. Now I have gone to desktop. You can go like this also, cd space slash home slash training desktop. You can write full path also. This path, full path, this path is also known as absolute path. Okay, relative path. Relative path means just ls. This is a relative path. Ls dot. Dot means current directory. Ls dot slash something qqq. This is relative path. That means small path. The absolute path should starts with the slash. This is the full path, we can say. Absolute path is nothing but full path. Okay. Okay. If I want to create a directory using full path, you can create mkdir tilde slash desktop. Oh, it is coming directly. Instead of like this, you can put. This is also a correct way. Tilde directory. Suppose qqq. And then one dot abc. Now mkdir tilde no, 12 dot txt. This is this is already PWD. Now we need to give further slash here. Okay, then only it works. You can check ls with the full path. Just copy, paste. Okay, you can use this is a absolute path. You can print using relative path dot slash qqq. Okay, I think this absolute path, relative path, you have understood now. Yeah, you can use mkdir -p also. I did only mkdir. Now you can use mkdir -p to create directory. Okay, with the absolute path. Just try like this. Mkdir -p. Oh, 1.txt is a file. Oh, no, no, no. Directory it is created. Suppose some other directory. You can create file also using this path. Control C. Okay, you can use anything. Why we use absolute full path means if you are in this location, I want to create a file or create directory in a particular directory, particular folder. Okay, I want to create a file in desktop. Then yeah, touch desktop. I can create. Okay, so, wherever I am in this location, I can create in desktop. I can create a file in desktop. Yeah, this is main useful in absolute path. Using absolute path, okay, we can create. Okay, relative path means this is common. You can open anywhere. Small path. Through this, if we want to create using relative path, cd space tilde slash desktop. Then using relative path means small path. Uh, touch file.txt. This is this file.txt or mm, yeah, this is the relative path. Absolute path should be start with the slash. Relative path will not need not be start with the slash. Okay, this is the small path. This path is residing inside the wherever you are working. Okay, whereas absolute path means you can work from anywhere. Okay, next is changing the file permissions. Okay, now I type ls-l long listing. In this long listing, first character denotes file, file or directory, and then this section. In this section, this is the file permissions through chmod change model. This in this section we can this section describe the permissions, and then this is the owner of the file who created that file, and this is the group of that owner. Uh, this is the at what time the file was created. This is the size of the file. Okay, this is the file name. Okay, how to change this? How what is the analysis of this? Okay, in this here. Okay, now rw hyphen. I'm just writing r hyphen hyphen r hyphen hyphen. Okay, this section I have added here. In this section, First three, next three, next three. This is the user permissions. User means who created this file. This is the user. User has these permissions are user. User has these permissions. This section is for user. This section is for group. Some in the group many users will be there. In that one among you. Whereas this is the others. Others which is not in group. Okay. In this R means read, W means write, X means execute. Okay. R means read, write, execute. These are also same. RWX, RWX. Okay. R. Okay. In this situation, let's explain the how to use the change mod. Okay. Read. These are the numbers that denotes the read, write, W. Okay. Execute. 0 means no permissions. 1 means execute permission. 2 means write permissions. 3 means 2 plus 1 3. Execute and write permissions. It will 3 has these two qualities. And then 4 means read permissions. 5 means 4 plus 1 5 na. And then read execute. 5 means 3 means write execute. 6 means read write. 7 means full permissions. Read write execute. Okay. This is the numbering. With this number, how to use the chmod. Okay. Now this is the chmod. Okay. Now you see. Let's see this example. Anyone. 777. It has ABC has full permissions to everyone user. This is user section. This is group section. This is others. The last 7 is others. Okay. They are like this. 7 7 7. 7 means all the things. Everyone has full access. Like that. Okay. 777. Okay. If I want to give um uh, if I don't want this file to be visible to others. Others should not access this file, either group or other people. Then you can make it a 0 0 0 0. Then you can do this is my personal file. That's why others want to see. I don't want to see my file others. Then you can use 700. And then if I can create my file, I don't want others to modify my file. I want to uh, I can give write permissions to others. In this case, all hyphens hyphen hyphen 3 hyphens will be there. In this case, 3 hyphen will be there. Okay, this is the. Then I want to I want to give only read permissions to others. I don't want to update that file or execute that file. Then read permissions. Read permissions means 2. This is 4 means read permissions. 4 4 4. In this case, or or okay. Okay, let me run this command. So you can see these things in this command. Okay. Okay. Now ls-ltr has I have read write permissions, and the others has only read permissions. Okay. Now this is something like 644. 6 means read write permissions, and the others has currently we have 6444. Okay. Now I am changing the permissions. I have given full permissions. You can see ls-l. Okay, I see full permissions. I have given full permissions to everyone to this file. Everyone can access, everyone can write, everyone can read. Now I don't want others to read this. This is my personal file. Then change that 700. Now you see all empty, all empty. Okay. Now I want to others can read this file, but they I don't want allow them to modify. You see? Oh, 2 means write. Sorry. Read means four. You see? Read permissions only. 4. Okay. I have given only read permissions to others. I think you understood all this chmod. Okay. Okay. Now let's go to change ownership. Now ls hyphen l. Okay. In this file, I am training is the owner. I want to change the training owner to other person. Okay. chown root 3.txt. Operation not permitted. I don't have access. You need to go for only root have access. Okay. su hyphen. Okay. Now I'm going to desktop ls hyphen l. Now I am changing the owner chown root 3.txt. Now you try ls-l. Okay. In this case, root is the owner. Owner means root has full permissions and others has only read permissions. Let me go to my user and then I will try to edit this file so that you came to know what kind of permissions I have. Okay. Now I'm getting 3.txt. I'm able to view the contents. Right now that file is empty file. That's why nothing is visible. Okay, I want to update that file, writing something. Echo. I'm editing this file. I see permission denied. I got permission denied. Okay. If I give write permissions to that file, then I can do. I'm going to the root and then chmod. Mm, uh, 7. I want to execute permission. Execute means read and execute. Write and execute. Write to execute. Write to execute. 3. I can use 733. slash 3.txt. Now you see ls hyphen l three.txt. Now I have given write permissions and then execute permissions. Okay, now I am going to my normal user. Mm. Now, yeah, I have others have write permissions. This root has full permissions. Okay, now I can edit that file. ECHO, add some contents, double greater than 3.txt. Now I have added. That's why I got permissions to write that file. You can cat 3.txt. I can see also. Huh? Oh, write execute. Sorry. Read execute now. Read ex, read write. Read write. I could have used 766. Sudo chmod 766 3.txt. Now I have read and write permissions. Now you can see 3.txt. Okay.